guess just kind of generally speaking, Mike, what do you take away from that one?
Well, I think my first observation is we got a long way to go to become the team we want to become. I thought we had moments in the game where we were, playing the game that we envisioned that we can play more consistently, but it's not nearly consistently enough. And, I thought there were moments in the second period we started to play. I thought the first period, for whatever reason, we had hesitation in our game. Some of it, I think we can iron out, but certainly we got a ways to go.
Mike, how tough was it to give up that goal into the first period? What happened on it? What did you see?
Well, it's a breakdown off a face-off, and we make 3 mistakes on the play, and usually when you make 3 mistakes in a row, they end up in the net.
You mentioned the hesitation. How much of that do you think is kind of adjusting to new systems, and how much is just a general lack of execution?
It's a little bit of both. I'm sure it's a little bit of both. We'll just have to keep working at it, and so we're trying to simplify the process here, take some of the thinking out of it, so that we can hopefully overcome any sort of hesitation. But I think as we get more familiar, more and more of that we should see a whole lot less of it. Let's just say that.
How important is team mentality after opening the season with the shutout loss?
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to overreact to it. It's one game. We got a lot of hockey to play. So is it disappointing? Yeah. We're going to see what we can take from it. We're going to move on. What I will tell you is I think we've got a resilient group, and I think we're going to go through times in the season where you don't feel good about what went on, and so we have higher expectations. We know that we've got to be better. We know that we're going to go back to work tomorrow and try to put our best foot forward in Buffalo.
Was there anyone to you, as far as the forward group goes, that really stood out? Like it seemed like there was some pop from Rugby's line a little bit throughout the game. Any positive, I guess, in that front takeaway?
Yeah, I think they had moments. JT's line had moments in the offensive zone. They had a couple of looks. They don't score. Troch's line had the same. I thought, Sam Carrick's line, they're certainly a momentum line. They bring physicality and things like that. They help us, with that aspect of the game. We had moments. It's just not consistent enough. We need to be a more consistent threat.
Mika mentioned wanting maybe a little more desperation late in the game, like you felt like you had some zone time, but there wasn't the push you needed. I guess how would you assess kind of that level of the desperation?
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of that word. I just think it, it implies hopelessness, I guess. Urgency might be a better adjective. And just bringing more urgency to our intentions. We had opportunities to get on pucks and anticipate, and and we would have liked to have more pushback, especially on the 6-on-5. We got a chance to keep pucks alive there. We got to dig in.
Given your history with them, was it a little surreal to be coaching against Gino at the time?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's different. It's different. I knew that was going to be the case, but I'm excited about the group we have here in front of me and with the Rangers, and I'm looking forward to working with this group.
Is there any level of, because of their familiarity with you, them kind of understanding what you're trying to accomplish within the system and all that, or is that overblowing, you think?
Probably a better question for them, but I doubt that's a factor. I thought their team played well.
Labo, just curious about his debut, what you thought about him in his first NHL game.
I thought Labs brought some real good energy. You can see his skating ability. He played with conviction. There's some areas where we'd like him to manage the puck, be a little bit more diligent in some of the critical areas of the rink. But that's a learning process. But I thought for his first NHL game, I thought he played very well for us.